I'm Gareth, this is Use Outdoors. So I'm going for my mountain leaders course. I've got the training week in March and just wanted to start off my channel. Where better to start than kit. So if we start off with the bag, I'm just going to take things out, go through it all. If there's anything you want more information on or would like a further review on, just put it in the comments down below. And I'll go through that and try and get up other videos as soon as possible, going into more detail. Okay, so starting off, I've got the Osprey Talon 44. In retrospect, probably would have gone for the 55, just because I believe you can make a big bag smaller, but you can't make a small bag bigger. But I did also purposely get the 44, as I wanted to try and push myself to have a bit more pack discipline and try and get everything down in a smaller load. So yeah, if we start off, just got the trekking poles here. Can't really tell you much about these other than they're black diamond. I'm not really an advocate for trekking poles, but you know, when I'm doing multi-days, you know, sometimes handy. Or if I use my tarp instead of my tent, you know, these are good for extra scaffolding for the tent. Next up, just drop off there. Just got my sleeping mat. This one I've had for years. It's just a Vango self-inflating one. So this one's the Trek 3 standard. Yeah, I've had it years, done cycle trips, all sort with it, does the trick, but may upgrade that later. Throw that out one. So on the front, the net mesh bit here, I tend to keep my rain jacket because, well, if it's raining, I'm going to have the rain jacket on, and if it's not raining, I'll put it in here, and it's going to be drying out. So for that side, oh, at the moment I've got a North Face. What's the model of this? I've had this for absolute donkey's years. No idea what the model of this one is. But yeah, it's been a great reliable jacket, even used it for a kayaking on the visors to Westminster, so yeah, that's worked its weight in gold and looked after us. Got my cold gloves in here. You notice that I waterproof everything, either in dry sack or sandwich bags, or just getting some of these. So I've got sealskin gloves, so keeps my hands dry and warm, because as soon as my hands get cold, I start turning into a miserable git. Go to the side, these, take out these, so these are my tent poles, and yeah, I'll go into my tent and shelter set up later on. What else we got in here? So, good toilet trowel, so I just made a scatter there out of it, just a bit of a plastic liner inside, wrapped in tape, just stops it puncturing my bag. And also dirt getting everywhere. I think that's it on that side, but I'd usually have a Nalgene in there also with additional water or for water collection. Same on this side, got a Nalgene there. So that's it on that side. On the top, I don't think I've got much in here. Just got some hand warmers. So these, in the winter especially, and I generally carry them all year round. Brilliant. Also, if you're ever starting to go down cold injuries, yeah, crack these bad boys out, get them on their hands, and in key areas to warm them right up. And also, I've got the boot ones, which throw them in your boots, and yeah, they're brilliant. So the way I tend to have my pack set up, everything I need during the day, I'd put in the top here. So it's easy access, and then at the bottom here I unzip that, and then I've got my shelter and sleeping equipment there that I can pull out when I've sort of settled down, so you have got as least disruption to the pack as possible. Okay, so open up, first thing first, got jet boil, so I've got the jet boil zip. Nice compact, so we've got gas canister in there, and then also just got titanium spoon and lighter, so that's my general cooking set. I've also got an MSR whisper light, but I found this one tends to work better for myself personally. Got this bag, so I also try to colour code everything, so everything's like a different colour bag, so I know exactly what things are, instead of trying to feel my way through and work out what everything is. So this red bag, like is an orangey colour for warm, so I just have warm kit in there, so I've got merino long sleeve top in there, but generally I also have a spare pair of trousers. I'm quite liking these, don't know how to pronounce it, cool trousers, so I've got 2 pairs of them. And I'd have one in here as my warm dry kit for around camp, and another pair which would be for during the day, get wet, muddy, whatever, and obviously you do your wet dry routine. So next, go along with the jet boil, the green neutral for nutrition. So generally this would just be full of food. See what we've got knocking that around in here. So at the moment, we've just got a selection of foods in here. So I've got some of these like little Mk1 pots, so they're quite handy. You know, just put some seasoning, butter or whatever in there if you want to go a bit more extravagant with your cooking. Got a bit of brew kit, hot chocolates and coffee sachets, you know, some Starbucks and things like that in there. So you've got a selection of both freeze-dried and sort of ready to go eat in the bag meals. So I will be doing a video comparing some of these. To make it fair, probably just going to go chicken tikka masala, because all brands seem to do a version of it, and be able to give a fair comparison vote, see what my favourite is and see how it compares with yourselves, because I'm looking for something that's the best nutrition, calorie dense, and obviously tasty, because food is morale. So this one just got as bits of tech and stuff, so just power bank, spare lighter and head torch and cables, and also spare batteries for my devices as well. So these are cheap off Amazon, but what I've then done is just get some sniper tape or duct tape and just line them out, and that way you cut down on any of that shaking and rattling. So yeah, nothing, because that's one thing that really irritates me if I've got rattles and shaking from my pack. Next up, we've got Big Red, so this one's all safe to do with safety. So in here, open up, first things we've got is got a blanket, if you've got someone going down with heat injury, group shelter, so you can get into that nice and quick, get everyone out of the elements. This one's the 4-person. Obviously, as for different things, I'm going to swap stuff out. So if I was going out on my own, for instance, I'm not going to carry a group shelter, but I am always going to carry a tarp or something that's going to be able to get me out of the elements at short notice. Also got a first aid kit. I'm going to try and shrink this down into something that's sort of just got the bare necessities, because at the moment you've still got everything that you get in the ML Leaders Lifesavers kit, and I might put it back into its original bag also. And as I was saying, what's really good, you've got people going down with cold injuries, which is quite common, especially in the winter in the mountains. I've just got lots of the various different heat packs, so you can get those on the bodies and start getting the core temperature up. Okay, and then this one's so I also put some tape over some of my stuff, write what's on the front as well, because as you see, some of the bags are the same, but say my key stuff, I'll try and keep it in colour coded sacks, and I'll try and get some more stuff until I run out of colours of the rainbow. So I've tried all sorts of sock combinations, like trying thin socks over with thick socks over the top and all sorts. What I found what works for me personally is I really like the merino wool darn tough socks. and just talcing my feet. So that works really well for me personally. So I just have a few different pairs of socks in here so I can change throughout the day, talcum powder, and also my Compeed in there. And I've just taken them all out of various packs, so I've got all the different Compeeds in there, so I can treat myself or anyone else with the various sort of foot rubs and blisters that they might be getting. And then also don't forget sealskin socks. When the weather gets proper miserable, I don't like using Gore-Tex boots. I prefer to put my sealskins on, and then when the weather sort of starts picking up again, the heat hopefully should dry my boots out also. Okay, so blue here, got my waterproof trousers. Don't tend to wear them that often because I run quite hot and I find I trap a lot of heat. But rain jacket, I just tend to throw that on most of the time and quite happy with wet legs. So myself, I've got the Berghaus. I don't think I've not actually used these yet. So I'll be getting to the Brecon Beacon soon with them, so usually guaranteed some rain. And I'll give these a go, see how they are. But I went for Berghaus Gore-Tex ones. I thought they'd be quite robust and do the trick. And I've got this black one here, which contains rope. So to be honest, I don't actually know if rope needs waterproofing, but in my mind, wet rope weighs a lot. So it's a 30-metre rope for emergencies. Or for my group, if you've got someone who's not too confident and needs to give them that extra bit of assistance. And also, even if you're on your own or with a competent group and you don't think you need it, as a mountain leader, especially once qualified, you've got that knowledge, and if you see people that are in trouble, I think you definitely have a duty to get in there and try and help out and get people to safety. Okay, so that's everything out of the top here. In addition, as I said, I'd have more layers in there. If it's a warm day, I'd still carry my Softie, which I've got the RAB Microlight Alpine. I'll just quickly run through what I've got in there. So I've just got a scarf, so find that's good. Drape it over my head underneath a baseball cap, or just wrap around my head. Keeps the sun off my neck, or in summer, obviously. It's just a very useful bit of kit that you can use in multiple ways. Then in the other pocket, just got some cooler weather, black gloves with leather palms on them, buff, and warm hat. If I'm taking a group as well, either on myself or other people in the group, I'll just try and have some extra layers, extra gloves, extra hats, just so there's always someone who gets piss wet through, or starts getting cold and they don't have enough kit. The amount of times where I've had people literally use every single bit of kit in my backpack just because they've started feeling the cold and they haven't got enough stuff in their equipment to look after themselves. Okay, so I said that's everything out of the top there. And in addition, also to have your wash kit, which for the baby wipes, toothbrush, toothpaste, and beard oil if you've got a beard like myself. So I'm going to go down to the bottom of the pack now. So first thing out is you want to be getting your tent up straight away. So you've already got the tent pole there. So at the moment, this one's my MSR Lixer. 2, so there's 2-man tent. Looking to downsize to the Hubber 1-man tent, or I'm also debating whether to use my shelter instead, because as I said, this takes up less room in the pack, but obviously there's pros and cons to a tent. Tent is set up and it's got its own structure to it, whereas this, I've only used my hiking poles to set it up in various ways. Any changes in weather coming in, you've got to be no different ways of setting up a tub basically for it to work. But I'm a big advocate of jungle knots. I'll do a demonstration on another video of how to make these, and showing a couple of different shelter setups and how convenient these are. Yeah, it's huge. I'm still weighing up whether to actually buy a second tent or just use this, save money and also space within my pack. Okay, and then next up, once you're in the tent, obviously you're going to be setting up your self-inflated mat. I've got my sleeping system, This is in red also, just because like anything that's in the bright red, that's lifeline stuff, and sleep bag in Mk1. I double bag it because when you sleep in strange places, it's always a case of double bag, and I don't want a wet sleeping bag. I've been messing around just putting it straight into the bags, or using the given compression sack. I'm going with the compression sack just because it gets just that bit smaller, and maximises the space in my pack just that bit more. So I've got the, well, I'm not actually going to get this out, but I'll do a video for it. So I've got the Special Forces 2 system, which involves 2 sleeping bags, a spring bag and a summer bag, a winter bag and a spring-summer bag. And you can put them inside each other, and they zip together with a baffle. And then I've also got the bivy bag that goes over the top, and the extra large snug pack jungle blanket. So yeah, multitude of heat there, different configurations, so I can use it as necessary for the environment. So yeah, this one is the winter bag. So this one goes down to comfort -7 with lows of -12, and then I've got start packing in here. Turns out you can't fit this into its thing with the baffle attached to it, which connects them together. But this one is down to comfort 5 degrees, lows of 0 degrees. And then the big bag, which comes with also, so when you've got them zipped together, that goes down to -15 degrees comfort, or lows of -20 degrees. And if you was also to add in a silk sleep bag liner, that would obviously increase your rating further. And you've also got then an extra large blanket there. So at the moment I'm just purely taking the winter bag, and that seems to do me. So I think that's pretty much my pack empty. In the top here on the inside, just got my spare compass. Spare carabiner, snow bits for my trekking poles. And on the front of the pack here, again, just another carabiner, but you can use that in line in conjunction with the rope, or put my gloves on and stuff when I'm using things. And then I've got hydration, so I've just gone for one of the mil-spec military ones, 3 litre, so 3 litre will generally do me for a day, and then another litre for cooking. I've got what's it called? Catadin system for water filtration coming through, because usually I'd carry a huge amount of water in my pack, which makes it heavy, which is no good obviously. So the Catadin system should be good, and I've gone for the 3 litre B3, and I'll be doing a review on that later on. And in the hip belt here, just got my Leatherman, my card here, which gives you just a bit of a cheat, just your speeds and distances over different terrains. And then in the other side here, got waterproof head torch, and just another waterproof bag in case there's anything else. That's the pack empty. So that's what I've got in there. As I say, I wouldn't have all that stuff in there all the time. It would all depend what kind of activities I'm doing. and I'd reconfigure it all. And there's a few bits that I'm swapping in and out, so I'll do an updated version of this literally just before I go away in March with what I've ended up finalising on, and I'll do another one again after doing the training of what I end up actually going on my assessment with. Okay, so yeah, and then in addition, yeah, I've always got the problem of where do you put your map. I mean, it's a case of in the winter, yeah, you've got to layer on, just tuck it inside. That tends to work pretty well. But otherwise, yeah, I like to use a Viper dump pouch, or any dump pouch really. They do this one in black, green, multicam, or I think coyote. But yeah, it's quite nice and easy, just have on the side there. Waterproof map case there, I also have it tethered to me as well. But you just dump it in there, and compass, dump that in there. I also carry a spare map as well in the top lid of my bag usually as well for where I am, a 1 in 25 and a 1 in 50. But yeah, it works well just on the side there. You can also dump a GoPro in there, or camera, so everything's nice and easy to access, including the snacks as well. So yeah, that works well. Anyway, yeah, I've been Gareth, this is Hughes Outdoors. Yeah, it's an education for me as well as my mountain leaders course, looking to evolve in my production, be in front of the camera, which is not at all natural for myself. And yeah, you're able to support me with this and look to pass on the knowledge to yourself and share my adventures with you. My Patreon is down below, and once I'm qualified, you'll be able to check me out at hughesoutdoors.co.uk and book in some guiding sessions with me or other adventures, as the end goal for myself is to get into UK expeditions and then global. Okay, thanks for stopping by.